What's up YouTube, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to tell you guys all about breathing and why it's so goddamn important. All right, now we have to stop thinking about breathing, how everyone has taught us. So however old you are, you might be 40, you might be 20, there's decades of other people telling you how you should breathe, the right way to breathe, the wrong way to breathe, blah blah blah. So for this video to really work for you and for you to get the most out of what I'm going to tell you, you need to kind of forget all of that shit, okay? Because I've been through all of it. I've heard, you need to breathe in through your mouth, you need to breathe into your belly, you need to, not breathe into your chest, you need to, like, all this shit. And after I started doing all of this new breathing stuff, I stopped having pain in my leg, my lower back. My posture changed. I would take progress photos right here against this wall, and I used to have forward head posture, and it's just because you sit at a desk. Okay, so it's not all about your positions that you're in at work for a long time, because if that were the case, everyone that sits at a desk would all look like this, and only a few people look like that as well. When you think of breathing, don't just think about, inhale, exhale, Breathing is going to change where the pressure goes throughout your entire body, right? So it sounds a bit woo-woo hippie, but if you wanna, have better mobility in your hip or your foot or your toe, whatever, you wanna sort of breathe into that. Your body should move, up and down, forward, back, side to side, right? So you might have heard that quote, like the motivational quote where, a smooth sea never created a skilled sailor. Okay, so if the boat is sitting up in the shop for its entire life, it might be a really cool boat. It might, look fancy, and on paper, it's like, yeah, it can do this, this, and this. But once you take that boat out on the ocean with the sailor of the boat, he's gonna probably crash. He has no idea what he's doing because he's never actually been out and used it. So the same thing for your body. You can have, good ranges of motion, you could have, no pain, you could have, whatever it is, but if you're not using it in the right way, when you eventually get in a position like that, or if you're training in the gym, your body isn't ready for it. So basically, if you change your breathing patterns, where that pressure goes, the more stuff you move, especially in your shoulder blades and your scapulars, if you change that, then when you get in a bench press or a squat or a row, whatever it is, your scapulars are gonna be like, oh, actually I've been to this position before because I'm used to moving around and it's been strengthening. You have two different types of your skeletons, right? You have your axial skeleton and your appendicular skeleton. Your axial skeleton is your head, your cranium, your spine, your rib cage, and your sacrum, right? Your appendicular skeleton is all of your extremities. Now, what do you think is like more of the root? Okay, what causes, what's the horse before the cart, or however you want to say it, right? It is your axial skeleton. Okay, so if you change, your head, your spine, your sacrum, all of the other stuff is going to change. So what we need to do is make sure that we are in a good position for our axial skeleton and creating pressure through breathing around the body to strengthen it over time and make our body more resilient. Your breathing should be a full inhale, so, and a full exhale. Right, so before I started doing all this breathing stuff, I would be like, and it's all in. Or maybe for you, you might have a different, infrasternal angle. Don't worry, I'll get into that later. But you might have a different breathing pattern where you can't exhale everything. Okay, so there's different types of breathing patterns that would be, embedded in your nervous system that you've been doing for your whole life. And the drills I'm gonna show you are actually gonna help with that and, bring you back to a full inhalation and a full exhalation. Okay, so what these drills are gonna do, they're just reinforcing the airflow and the pressure to the right spots. So what we're gonna do with the breathing that we're gonna change, so full inhale, full exhale, not only that, but we're gonna change your sacrum, your lower spine, your lumbar spine, and your thorax, so your upper back. And your ribs here. So we're gonna expand all of this, and you're gonna be breathing like a whole new person tomorrow. Well, in a few weeks. The first thing you need to do is test, and now this might get a little tricky on your own, but you need to test what kind of breathing posture you have. So if you have, so your infrasternal angle is where your ribs meet your sternum. So right here, like if you have like boobs, right? It's kind of like you follow that line down until, so it's hard, 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 oh, soft. So find that point there, also called your sternocali. And then you're just gonna, when you're by yourself, just figure out where your ribs are, and then you're just gonna kind of put your hands in here like this. Now, ideally, you're gonna get someone else to kind of put their thumbs like this and see where you're at. Now, for me, I've been doing the breathing stuff for 6 weeks now. So I used to have a very narrow infrasternal angle where it was kind of, narrow like this. If your angle of your infrasternum is very narrow, that means that you're more of an exhale posture, and you use your external obliques probably too much. So our breathing pattern for you is going to be like you're trying to fog up glass, right? So we want to relax your external obliques so that we can let this infrasternum angle kind of open up. Now, if you're kind of out here, then you have a wide, you won't be like out here, but if you have a very wide angle here, that means that you're more of an inhale posture. So you need to actually use more of your external obliques. To do that, your breathing pattern is going to be through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a birthday candle. So, or if you're turning one, probably you're going to have a bit more than one candle. So imagine you have 100 candles and you're trying to blow all of them out. So you would, I'll get more into the breathing stuff later because that is very important, the execution of that. So that is going to be, if you're an inhale posture, then you're going to be wide and you need to do the pursed lips. If you're an exhale posture, you're going to be narrow like me, and then you're going to need to do the fog glass breath. Okay, let's get into, what these breathing drills actually look like. You're going to need some props. A kettlebell is going to be fine, or you can use a dumbbell and a band. What we're going to start with is called the lazy bear. So it is similar to the cat cow, but it's slightly different because we're going to hold in the same position. So you're going to find where your hands are, wherever those are, place them under your shoulders, like so, and then your knees, you want your knees to be under your hips. So some people might have them here, they're like way too far forward, and some people have them sort of like that. Now you want to have them right under your hips. Pressure's on, I don't want to get this wrong on the video. So the normal cat-cow would be, like this. Now we're kind of going to pause in the middle, but I don't want you to go Kim Kardashian butt and show your butt off, right? I want you to tuck your bum under just a tiny bit, and then I want you to also push away from the floor just a tiny bit. It's not excessive. It's just enough. It's just enough of a tease, right? From here, I want you to breathe into your upper back, right? So whatever breathing, pattern you are, inhale is, exhale is, right? You're gonna breathe in as much as you can and focus on breathing into your upper back. So, you really want to focus on breathing into wherever it's tight. Now, if you're paying attention, you will feel a difference from the start to the end. Things will start to, loosen up, and you'll be able to breathe more into your upper back. Okay, so that is the lazy bear. Now, I'll just say that you need to, I've done this with a few people, and when they breathe like little bitches. Okay, so don't breathe like a little bitch. It's not like everyone breathes. Okay, you're gonna make sounds like whatever, even if you're doing this in the middle of the gym, right? Do you want to have back pain or And do you want to have back pain and not be judged maybe by someone in the gym? Or do you want to just fucking do it, breathe out, make a noise, someone looks at you, but then you don't have any back pain? What would you rather? Okay? So make sure, whatever it is, it's as much as you can. So if your lungs, if your body is an empty water bottle and the air you breathe is water, you want to fill that bottle up with as much water as you can. So you breathe in as much as you can, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in until you literally can't fit 1 millimeter of air or water like into your lungs as much as you can, and then force out everything. So the most important thing and how we're going to change, your posture and your axial skeleton is by a full inhalation and a full exhalation, in that correct posture. Now, when I say, breathe in as much as you want, or as much as you can, it's not like they're like, relax, all right? We don't want to get too judged by people in the gym, but what you want to do is just stay relaxed, okay? So imagine you're doing it in like a church or whatever, and you just kind of, like, it's as much as you can, but it's relaxed, okay? Does that make sense? Now we're gonna pull out the props, kettlebell or a dumbbell, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna lie on the floor. Now, if you're a beginner and you have no idea what your hamstrings even are, what you're gonna do, use a bench and you just put your feet up. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna push your heels down into the box and feel your hamstrings. As you do that, you're gonna flatten your back into the floor and you're gonna hold that kettlebell behind you. I don't know if that video is gonna see it, but flat back, hold the kettlebell behind you at a 45-degree angle, elbows locked, and you're just gonna reach up a little bit, right? So you're gonna reach up with your hands. Now, so 45 degrees, elbows locked, back flat, heels pushing down, and from here we just do the breathing. So in through the nose, and then the next step is just forget the box and just do it down here. So really, really pull that bum under and squeeze your hamstrings to pull your bum under and keep that back flat. That's really important. Now, I forgot to mention with the first one, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 2 to 5 breaths, and then you're gonna take a little breather, and then you're gonna do it again. So let's just say I would have done that, I did 5 breaths, take a bit of a rest, 30 seconds just to relax, and then you're back into it, and you're gonna do 2 to 5 repetitions or sets of that in total. Now, this is the first variation. Whatever hand holds the kettlebell, the opposite is going to lift up. So I've got the dumbbell, the kettlebell, and I'm just kind of reaching up, elbows straight, and I'm just gonna lightly, while keeping my back flat on the ground, with that knee bent, you're just gonna slide that knee in. Now you wanna be feeling that hip flexor. So keep your chin in, breathe in, inhale, and exhale. Now, if you don't feel that like me, you're gonna keep a straight leg and inhale as you lift your leg up. So back flat, inhale as you lift your leg up. So and then the same on the other side, inhale, exhale. Now, when you're doing these ones, especially from side to side, make sure you're taking note of, okay, is my left one tighter, is my right one tighter? Because that is the key to fixing your posture. Because if you have, balances, it's all balanced, it's going to fix your posture. So, but the thing, you'll never have balance. So people who talk about, oh, my body's asymmetrical, that's a whole lot of bullshit. Your body is going to be asymmetrical because we live asymmetrical lives. So, but you want to optimize it, right? You grab a band, and I like to go palm up at the top, palm down at the bottom, and you're going to stretch the band. Now you want to imagine you're really reaching, just reaching as much as you can. Ugh. until your arms are parallel to the floor. Knees bent, back flat on the floor again. And then you're going to stretch. Inhale into your upper back. So inhale where we want it, where it's tight. And just relax. So inhale and exhale. Now remember with the breathing, if you're an inhale posture, if you have that wide angle here, if you have that wide angle, then you're going to be doing the pursed lips. So yeah, keep note of that. So that one, you would do both sides, 2 to 5 breaths like all the other ones, and then you can just go back and forth or have a little break in between. So the next one is going to be for your shoulder blades and your lower back. You're gonna lie on the floor in a T. Peppermint tea is my favorite. And then you're going to have your palms up, left palm down, as the legs are going to the left. Inhale on the way up, and then exhale on the way down. Okay, so left palm down, knees go to the left, exhale on the way down, inhale to come up. So exhale, well, inhale first, exhale, inhale, and then swap. Now the variation of that is just so the knees up. Okay, so back stays flat, right palm up, left palm down, knees fall to the left, and then exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. So inhale, exhale, crack. And that's actually one of my favorite ones because I'm seeing a lot of progression in it, and my shoulder blades, my lower back is really starting to loosen up. Now the next one is a push-up into a downward dog. So if you struggle to get into downward dog position like me, then you can just do a little variation. You can bend your knees a bit, or you can, just have your feet a bit closer to your hands. So you're going to start in a push-up position. You're going to inhale into your upper back, and then you're going to exhale and push your head through and go into that downward dog position. So, like this. Think long spine. Is my spine long? Now keep your arms straight. Make sure you're pushing the floor away at the top. So when you're in the push-up, make sure you're pushing away and you're really opening up your upper back. Okay, this is the, I just call it a Cossack squat or a split squat, lateral lunge or something, whatever, Cossack squat. So your feet are gonna be wide until you feel a bit of a stretch in here. And then as you're gonna sort of lunge to one side. Now, I'll do it this side so you can see. My big toe shoots up and my heel's digging into the ground. So you're gonna just go lunge into one side, find the right spot, lunge into one side. Oh. Inhale, crack, and then exhale. Now the more you do this, the more you're going to be able to sit back, the lower you're going to be able to go, and the more you'll be able to rotate at the bottom. So here I'm thinking about lightly rotating. Really exhaling. Now for beginners, you're just going to sort of use a lower range. So you might just go like this. That's fine too. So it's inhale on the way down. Exhale, the bottom, and then inhale to come up. And exhale. I always get clicks, pops in my knees, my hips, my ankles, and it's really helping. I can feel the weight shift from, you know, more of my toes to more of my heels, so it's more even. So when I'm really sitting back into it, I'm just going a lot lower. When you get like the clicks and the pops in your hips and your shoulders, that's actually just your body like readjusting. So once you do the breathing, your axial skeleton is going to sort of reset, and then all your appendages will just kind of reset after that. So don't be too concerned if it's like, I mean, if there's a big click and it's really painful, then that's probably not good, but all the clicks I get, they were just like little adjustments, right? So the next one is you're gonna go kind of on all fours. You're gonna bring your leg up. Now, if you have really, you know, immobile hips and you can't get your foot up this much, you can just kind of come out here, or, you know, out to the side, or even, you know, just sit up. But I like to sort of come in here. So foot's just outside your hand, and then whatever hand is on the inside, you're gonna twist that up. Now think about twisting the middle of your body as you come up to the top here. And then I'm really thinking about reaching up. Did you hear my back crack then? So I'm reaching, and then I inhale at the bottom. Exhale. So I'm trying to get to a point where my arms are perpendicular to the ground. My back cracked on this side as well, but perpendicular to the ground. So that just means parallel to the wall, like straight up. So here, inhale, and think about really making your spine long. So head down to your last vertebrae. From my head all the way down to the bottom, I'm really thinking about going long. I'm not close together, I'm sort of going long. Inhale into upper back, and then, so this will do your shoulders and your hips as well. The last exercise, you'll also need the weight. You're gonna have a straight arms, and you're gonna do a squat. Now there's a couple reasons we have the weight in front of us. First of all, we are in sort of a reaching posture, so we're gonna open up our shoulder blades, our upper back, so we're gonna be able to breathe into them more. Also, the weight is going to counterbalance us so we can stay more upright, and we can put the weight more even into our feet. So it's gonna look like this. Hold the weight in front. Now play around with your inhales, your exhales here. What you can do is exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. So you don't want your feet to, you know, twist it out. You want to kind of have straightish feet and kind of close together is what to work towards. If you start out here, that's cool. Just slowly work your way in. So toes straight, feet just outside of hips. Hold the weight in front. Inhale. Think about leaning back. So I leant back so much I even touched it. That was good. So the more you lean back, the more you get used to that feeling of, you know, leaning back. If you have bad posture, sometimes you can even be leaning forward. I know I was with my posture, I was kind of leaning forward, and I didn't know how to just relax and just let everything sit into place. So with that is all of the breathing drills. Thanks so much for watching through all of this. And, you know, some notices, you know, take some photos before and after maybe like 6 weeks, and you will see the difference in your posture. You will feel the difference with your back pain, your shoulder clicks, your shoulder pain, anything, because it is all gonna come back to your axial skeleton, and it comes back to your breathing. Breathing is also really good for your nervous system as well. So if your body is thinking it's in a constant state of stress, or it's, you know, it's all broken or it's banged up, you get pain because your nervous system's like, holy shit, we're gonna die, something's going on, like there's pain, fix it. If you fix all of that, not only are you gonna help with your posture and your pain, but you're gonna be able to
rest better. You're going to be able to sleep better. You're going to be able to, think more clearly because you're not in a constant state of stress, because stress is massive. And the root of that, part of it, I'm not saying all of it is to do with your posture and your breathing. Full inhalation, full exhalation. You're gonna get full stimulation of, diaphragmatic breathing, up, back, and you're just gonna completely relax. Anyway, I'm ranting about more breathing stuff just because it's so fascinating. So yeah, and outside of this, another thing on breathing is just breathing through your nose, because when you breathe in through your nose, you're actually kind of filtering the air. It's kind of like the Purotap for the air. As soon as you open your mouth, your body thinks you're either talking or you're eating, which are two stressful things. So do the breathing drills, and then outside, breathing through your nose, just take it easy, relax while you do these, while you're fixing your posture, your pain, and just remember, life isn't that serious. Just go out and get it.